We are live on Twitch. Welcome back to Caffeinated Arcade. We are streaming our homebrew campaign Adventures in Alainn. We're excited to be here, and the party is exploring a port city known as Rock. Up until this point, they've spent the majority of the campaign in the Alliance. So a lot of the towns and villages they visited were under the banner of the Crestborn Alliance. But after following some leads and trying to get the Archmage of Crestborn rescued, and also looking for another obsidian relic, the trail kind of led into the Dynasty, which the majority of the party has never been to before. So they've been trying to navigate more dangerous waters, literally and figuratively, as they took a ship to get there. And in the port city, they realized that most of the city is run by several different thieves' guilds. There's no overarching government, and each section of the city is very mismatched, and there is a thieves' guild in charge of it. So they started in the dock district, which seemed to be pretty neutral, but kind of found their way into the graces of a thieves' guild, the Moon Shroud, because Tom remembered a necromancer giving a hint that they were able to give magical tattoos in some way. So they wanted to follow that trail because it seemed interesting. So they actually picked up a side mission to clear out the Thieves Guild's section of the city. They had a monster that seemed to be lurking beneath their section, and it was kind of going through the sewer system, making it difficult to trade and smuggle items beneath the city. So that is where we left off. The party leveled up to level 6, and you are in the dreary tavern in the dock district, waiting for Onyx to take you into the Moon Shroud sector.
Where am I exactly?
You would be probably, I'll leave it up to you, but you're definitely in the tavern in some way. So if you think Glucose would have been hanging out
Okay, he would
upstairs
be in the
or
bathroom.
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Were my tribal tattoos magical or just tribal tattoos? Because I had like warrior tattoos and healer tattoos from my tribe.
That's a good point. I would
I thought they
leave.
like glowed when I was doing like if I was being a warrior, I thought the warrior side glowed, and when I was being a healer, the healing side glowed.
You get the sense that it probably is tied to your druidic magic in some way. Um,
Okay.
these ones seem a little bit different. They're more arcane in nature.
Okay. Okay.
Possibly religious.
Exactly, because the Moon Shroud also has ties to worshipping the saint Mona, who is the saint of moonlight.
So,
Okay.
where would everyone be before I left for the bathroom?
At this point, if I remember correctly, everyone was eating very sketchy gray sludge that was called porridge.
Okay, so at this,
Or go. No, I wasn't eating the porridge. I was chewing on a berry because I looked at the porridge and was like, nope.
Yeah, it was.
Fair.
It looked unpleasant, and the woman we were talking to also just discouraged looking at it. What was her
Yeah.
name? Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
so you would hear the sounds of flushing, whether it be magical or mechanical, and out comes like the door slams open, but you don't see anyone there until you look down and you see it's glucose. Glucose makes his way to the table where he joined them, stacking some books, the porn mags that he had on him to kind of like make him higher on
Did
the
you
feed.
did you just say what I thought you said?
Yeah, I have porn mags. Remember, I got Gabo
We were
Oh,
at an
of
Trouble.
adult
course.
bookstore.
Yeah, I got Gabo Trouble, and I got X Secret
Oh,
Love
right,
Potion.
right, right. I,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot all about that. Uh,
She had
the
purposefully bleached her
bookstore.
brain since then.
I did. I actually like bleached and scrubbed it.
Adjust memories, or I think that's what the spell is called.
See, everyone always says mind washing is a bad thing.
Sometimes you need it. That's for sure.
No, no. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So I'm gonna stack
A little bit of brain
my
bleach, good thing.
I'm gonna stack my erotica on top of the chair, and then I climb over. And Glucose would be holding a serious face this time, which is uncharacteristic of him, given that he's old. And he would glance towards each party and then bring his hands to a fold in front of
Sitting on a
him,
bunch of porn mags.
sitting on a bunch of porn mags, to
I
look
mean,
as
it's just for
serious
height.
as possible. Yeah, it's just for height. You don't really see it. It's under his keister. And he would say, "So, I've thought about this long and hard in the bathroom, and I believe I owe all of you an apology for what I've done. And in the quiet moments since we were traveling, I've also thought about myself for a very long while, and I realize I've been acting a little bit unhinged, as the kids would say. So, to make up for this, I think we should talk. I think we should talk about what's going on with this party. Well, first, I will start with myself. I've been acting without what's the word? Coordination. And I've realized that again, just as I said the first time that I came here and sat on these books, how I started this whole discussion. And I, well, this is the time for you to tell me what I've been doing wrong and what I should change. Already, I have feel that I would change myself in a way that I would be more coordinative and tell you whatever is on my mind before I do them, or if I should do them. Like burning the book. That fucked me over very badly.
Or throwing the rock in the whirlpool.
Or throwing the rock in the whirlpool.
Is the representative from the guild with us?
Not yet.
She gave us
Okay,
like
okay.
marching orders, but not. She was gonna. Like, she's not part of the party, if that's what you mean. Mel's here, I
Yeah,
think.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say, is she sitting with us? Because if she's sitting with us now, would not be a good time to discuss this.
Yeah, we are so unbelievably competent. Here's our laundry list of failures and own goals by the party.
And Mel just says, "If it makes you feel better, I feel like I could be more useful to the party. I just buff people, and I also tend to be invisible because you guys never know I'm here."
That's fine. It's fine. At least you're an invisible influence.
Silent
But
but deadly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it
I like it.
it would be nice. I definitely think that it would be nice to have had a heads up that, necromancers were one of your triggers, so that you were planning on, you know, burning her book.
Oh, I get this.
Um,
This was a near death experience, and now
yeah.
you're responding
this
to
is
it.
not a near death experience. I've had near
Oh
death
yes, it
experience. This is
was.
something else entirely.
You were a
Okay,
fool, yeah.
well, it
It
wasn't
was a
what
full
got me
death.
to be talking about this, but I will get to that later on. I'll tell you why later on, but first, you just tell me what you expect of me from now on.
A method or a plan of some sort to get onto into that
A
prison.
little bit of a plan or a little bit of a heads up. Yeah, I mean, you've been to the prison, so like if you could draw some maps, give us tell me, and I could draw some maps, so we have some idea of where we're going.
Well,
That would
this
be
is
great.
more
That would be helpful.
that one I will do for sure, but I mean as a party member. But yes, I'll be more coordinative and less kooky, as one would say.
I think as a general party, we're all a little kooky. I mean, honestly, I think I've stabbed everybody in the party at least once, and I'm really sorry about that, everybody. I mean,
Not
I think
me.
I stab Sneevy regularly.
Or he stabs
Do you want
you.
me to stab you just to even everything else out? I
Yeah.
turned to him and
Well,
go, "Do you want
I
me to
feel I
stab you
deserve
just to
it.
even everything out?" Okay. Um,
There's time.
like I said, there's time. There's always time. I mean, I think as a party, we're kind the kooky and the wild kind of go with us. So, but
Well,
yeah, Nick, if you have like a trigger thing, like I think I'm going to blow up her book, maybe let us know before you blow up her book.
well, okay
Especially
then.
if she's like an archfey.
She was
Well,
the necromancer, not the archfey.
yes, necromancer.
Yeah,
Well,
but if her girlfriend it became the archfey, and that just not so good.
now you know I don't have a particular liking. Actually, I hate most necromancers. At least the ones
Fair?
that involve taking control of. Just had to burp a little bit, but most particularly the ones that involve more of the taking control of spirits kind of thing. It's as a gnome, it's I I don't like it. Also because of one particular person. So the reason why, biggest reason why I don't like it is because of the head of the academy. He was a necromancer, and he was the reason why I was in prison. I guess if you were interested, I could tell you how I got
Okay.
into prison.
Yeah, I'm a little curious, but I'm not. I don't want to push. And does it bother you that I have like my ancestors like when I like rage out?
That I mean, it wouldn't be slavery, would it? It's just you calling on daddy.
No, no. Yeah, yeah.
So I guess it's fine, and I've gotten to know you a little bit better. So I know you don't plan on, at least I hope you don't plan on enslaving ghosts or
I don't plan on.
spirits.
I don't. I'm not big on slavery in general, but I just asked them my ancestors for help, and it's who they can send to help. So yeah.
All right. Well, I will be more transparent with you all. I've gotten imprisoned because I happened to stumble upon the the what's it called again? Is it Archmage or is it just the head?
It would be the headmaster
Uh,
of the
the
Spires
reason,
of Ekeros.
gotcha. Well, that's the academy, right?
Yeah, that would be the Dynasty's academy.
All right. During my time in the Dynasty's academy, I was a teacher in it, and more into theoretical kind of magic, which is how I stumbled upon my own special powers, which is chronergy. And I needed something to contain this kind of like magic, so I'd need a powerful focus. I will be honest. I tried to steal the headmaster's wand, but that wasn't what landed me in prison. It was actually me witnessing a talk, which I didn't even remember what it was, and he just put me in prison. So I have a growing hate boner for that guy and his magic because he happens to be a major in necromancy. But it's also the enslavement thing. At least that's the summary of it. So from now on, you know that. And what other things I don't like? Well, they will come up when I do remember them. But my memory is not very well. It usually comes up in the moments, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Unless you have
You
something
hate
specific to
necromancers.
ask.
I hate whistles. It's all good.
Okay, cool. So I promise from now on to be more transparent and give you my thoughts if they are better to be told, if it affects us all essentially, like the burning. But there's also something I'd like to speak with all of you about, and that is the fact of bullying. I have been feeling like I've been bullied this whole time that I have been here. I mean, I've been looking through my things and I realized that my diamonds are missing. Not to mention that my spellbook has been taken. I'm without my spellbook. I have nothing. I have no capabilities. But it's been taken by someone, and there was no one else but the party at the time. So I, if it would be great to at least have these back.
It may have burned while you're on fire, but we're in a town right now. Why don't we look if we can get you a new spell book?
No. I have a new spell book. I'd like to have my belongings back, my diamonds included. Not only have my things been stolen more than once when it's just us, I don't even know who it was, but I know it was just us around because where would you even find these things on me? Who would? Who could that's not people who've seen me close enough, right? So it makes sense. And another thing is that you all make so much comments about letting me die, killing me in some way. Some Sinivi tried to strangle me and tried to eat me multiple times.
Hey,
That's
look, I
not
have a chunk
fun.
out of my ear
That's
from when
that's
Sanivi tried to eat me.
that,
He's tried to take bites out of all of us at least once.
it's still not
Um,
fun. It's still not fun,
no.
especially for a little guy like me. It's I've been bullied already for my height or just being a gnome in general. So why is it such a staple thing in the party?
I think that's how we just relate to each other, but you're right. We should probably not bully each other so much.
A little fun in games is good, but not when it involves death or strangulation. You know how much I have trouble sleeping.
I didn't know you had trouble sleeping.
I did. I didn't show you. And to the subject of my diamonds, can I please have my diamonds back? And I like extend a small hand out.
I don't have the diamonds.
Well, then who has the diamonds?
I don't have the diamonds.
Well, then who has the diamonds?
Tom, stop whistling. It doesn't cover much.
Must be Sanivi.
Sinibi wouldn't take anything from me ever since that mushroom incident. He wouldn't even take my food most of the time.
Well, it was laced. I can't really blame him for that.
You did not say if you had or did not have the diamonds.
I didn't?
Why are you asking in a questionable tone? In a questioning tone?
Am I?
Can I use insight?
Absolutely.
15.
Okay, and then Tom, go ahead and roll. Probably deception.
I mean,
Oh!
my charisma is just never
My
fine. Whatever, you can
plus
have it
one
back.
insight.
This is my +7 deception. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That tracks. All
It
right.
was the fact you were the only one whistling and you were trying to avoid eye contact.
I I definitely was. I mean, that's Tom's whole shtick. He's
Were,
not a bard. He's
were,
a rogue.
were you responsible for anything else stolen?
Roll
I
deception. Roll deception.
roll it again.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a deception.
It
We'll
was like a
see.
50. All right, all right, all right. Roll it again. I don't mind. That worse. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not even.
Oh!
It's not
Followed by a
even.
nat 20 insight.
Yeah. Well, I didn't put the diamonds as like an item in the inventory to just give back. Was it a 100 gold diamond or a 50 gold diamond? I forget. It
I have it in my inventory. I just had it like unchecked, so it was a 50 gold diamond.
was a 50 gold diamond. All right.
Yeah.
So I will remove 50 gold of my gold because I probably just did it that way because I don't use reagents like that or components, I should say.
Oh, okay.
Removed. Here's your diamonds back.
Now
It
I
was
have a
definitely
question.
me.
Why do you steal my things? I understand that I've caused trouble, but when it comes to personally me and you, I thought we were having a good time making these puppets together. So why would you steal my things? Why
Well,
would you steal my only capability of doing anything, which is my spell book? I
uh,
have only 4 spells because of you.
so the diamonds was at the time a response to whatever bickering we were getting into, however many days ago that was. I was with you when you bought it, and then I stole it because I'll whisper, I steal from everyone, but you're the only one who noticed. And then uh, the book was, as a fellow caster, I thought you were about to die, and I'm familiar with the immolation spell. So right before you were, well, metagame, right before your last death save, I wanted to save the book because if it burned with you, it would burn to ash, similar to other possessions of yours. So I didn't know that Sanivi was going to save you when I took it. That's the truth. That is why I did those two things.
Okay, then where'd you put it?
So funny story. I thought about keeping it, and then I thought, oh, since he burned her book, she can have his book.
Why would she want my book? It's a mess.
Well,
It's a mess, yes, but it's my book. And even then, it kind of feels disheartening that you just assume I die. And Sinivi was the only one who probably gave me the most trouble for my night terrors. It was the only one who tried and saved me. At least physically, it's it's a little bit disheartening.
well, that's what happened. I mean, if you're so taken aback by the actions of anybody, you just do what comes by instinct, and my instinct is to take before it's gone.
Take before it's gone, but leave the old. I'm not going to question your logic. It's in my, I'll share my opinion. Actually, yes, I'll share my opinion. It's not very party-like, considering we're all now stuck here by same coincidence. Mine is with the dynasty in particular. Yours is whatever you're gathering.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
But
Thank you. Sorry.
I feel it's not just me who needs to cooperate, but I think all of us should have a time of reflection.
And speaking of which, Mel just says, "Who has the 2 artifacts?"
Well, I have one.
I thought Derek had the other in his bag of holding.
Yeah, it's right here. And he reaches in to try and grab it. There's a pause. He roots around a bit more. That's funny.
What's wrong?
What's funny? I don't get the punchline.
Well, hang on a second. Usually I just have to reach in and it gives me whatever I'm thinking of. Just a second. He starts gradually pulling out everything from the body bag of holding. So let's see, what have we got? We've got some. He pulls out the sending stones. We got when we killed. Oh God, what was his name? Politician Crestbourne. Pulls out sort of some potions, crossbow bolts. Like there's a crowbar, dagger, like a very very embellished dwarven tankard, a couple of giant bottles of Flamorian wine. He just keeps going and keeps going, just like upends this entire thing. This pile of just junk all over the table. And there's no box.
Did you lose it? How do you lose it?
That's a good question.
Tom, do you have both boxes?
I have one artifact.
All right, roll either deception or persuasion.
Right, yeah.
In quotation marks.
I want to use insight then again.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, anyone who wants to insight can.
Also,
My insight is horrible.
I might win one. Oh, no.
Oh, you
Derek
won this
believes
one.
him.
You totally won
Derek
this one. We
believes him.
totally believe you.
Oh no.
Help me, Mel. You're my only hope.
Mel, come on, you
Let
can
me
see
roll for
through
Mel.
this.
I
I
don't
mean,
have her
she
sheet
knows me
open,
pretty
but
well now, so it would be fitting. That's the one that she sold the Sundance people.
Mel got an 18. So Mel knows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she can see through it.
The question is whether she calls him on it in public, though.
She should, yeah, well, yeah, we'll see.
I mean, she doesn't say anything at the moment, but she's just kind of glaring at Tom. Which
Okay,
by Mel's
so Tom doesn't
standards
have it.
is normal.
Okay, where could we have left this? When did I last have it?
Did it get left on the ship?
You
Were you
were-
looking at it? Did it get left on the ship or something?
You were stunned for a long time.
Yeah, but he was either tied to the mast or behind Sinevi when he was stunned. When he was a statue.
I remember once we were sleeping in an old tower, and we got robbed. And it was gone, and then the Arcane Defiance had it.
Yeah, but didn't we
Not-
destroyed them, didn't we?
We got it back that
Oh,
time.
yeah. Yeah, we did. I'm just saying. It's not uncommon for this to, like, just
Wait, no,
disappear out of nowhere.
But that's right, though. And Mel was able to track it down. Mel, can you track it again?
Yes, actually. She casts locate object and points directly at Tom and says, "Oh, there's a glimmer coming from right over there."
Yes. What I meant was I have one artifact, and I have the other artifact.
Why are you stealing from everyone?
This is not
This
the
is
first
your
time I met
party.
Derek, I was robbing him.
This is
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't expect it.
I don't know either. Well, so what happened was I
Have sticky fingers.
I have
I-
extra ones too. And then I thought that it was mine anyway, so that I should hold everything
Tom,
because I'm used to
this
both.
this is a serious question, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about it. But are you a kleptomaniac?
What does that mean?
It means you like
In,
to
in
steal for
game,
the
in
sake
game.
of stealing.
Uh,
Because you've stolen twice from me, at least twice, from what I know, and you've stolen from
Tom,
Derek. You
are you part Kender?
no,
Are you sure?
no. I feel like I am tiefling,
You
and I look at
identify as
myself.
tiefling, but are you sure that you're not part Kender?
Mel just says, "No, I think he's a bard."
Oh, this again. Actually, I feel like with the way I have taken things, I'm a better rogue than I have been a bard.
but why? But you only steal from your party.
That's not true.
Well, okay. Well, when has
Do you
your
want me to steal from
stealing?
more people more often?
You tried to steal an egg.
I
So
did.
you've
You
been
did
stealing.
steal an egg.
I
You stole an egg from Hydra
I tried to. I did not successfully because you guys
No,
talked
no,
me out of it.
he didn't.
because
He
we
created
didn't want to be eaten by the Hydra.
a fake Hydra,
We could
which
have had
I
different
helped
Hydra.
make. Now I can't make anymore because you've stolen my. I
Well,
am
the reason you
trying
couldn't
to
make that
calm.
one was Sanivi.
I am trying to calm myself down as much as I can. But can you please stop stealing from your own party members?
Can I get a perception check from Derek real quick?
So the deception for 26, that's a
Certainly.
yes. I can absolutely stop stealing from all of you.
Nice. Yeah, a perception check from Derek.
Not one.
Solid.
Just perfect.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry about that. I
You're
could
all
have sworn
good.
I could have sworn I had an alarm set, but apparently not.
You're all good. Um, so Tom got um, caught with stealing the artifact and also the diamonds from Glucose. So the party's kind of having a, what's the word for
I
it?
feel like it's an intervention. Everybody's kind of mad at me.
Yeah, it's an intervention.
And from the moment we say, please don't steal from us anymore, he just takes the artifact back after we just go to put it in the bag of holding again.
It's going back in the
And
bag of
Oh,
holding. I just said I had it. I didn't whip it out.
Glucose is mad at everyone besides Derek and Mel, who has done him no discomfort.
Hey, I did try to talk her to putting you out,
Yeah, but you've also made death comments.
I'll
but in my
I'll
defense, I've tried to stab everybody in the party. So
That doesn't make it right. That
We're
just
a
means you
very
have a
dysfunctional.
problem.
I
just
mean,
at
just
least
everybody does something to everybody. So she's
at least
bad.
it's
I steal.
unilateral.
It's still a problem.
I
I'm
What
just
were
know
gonna
you
I have
trying
a
to say,
problem.
Sunibi?
point out that I literally saved your life.
You also tried to strangle me. You tried to eat me too.
I was
Who
probably
hasn't he tried to eat in this party?
You
that's
stop
probably the
Like,
using that as an
high or
excuse.
drunk.
The point is that it's not a good idea to be doing these kind of things to your own party members. That's toxic. It's a toxic relationship.
I surely drown.
It's
It
supposed
was
to
burned.
be.
It wasn't drowned. It was burned.
I'm
It was,
talking about way back in the well.
Oh yeah.
and by the way, I am very appreciative of you saving me, but
Doesn't
these
feel like it.
behaviors are crazy for a party. My guys back at the slumber, they're one of the biggest criminals to be put in there. But even they had better cooperation. I just think we could do better. I'm already willing to change for everyone. I've had a little bit of insight on myself, and I'm willing to commit to that. More than willing to commit to that. But I'd like everyone else to do the same. Otherwise, we'll just end up in these messes all the time. We can't plan anything if we can't even trust each other for some things, like be stealing from each other or not telling each other plans or insecurities.
Oh, like the time where you told us you were going to attack the, burn the necromancer's book.
I'm putting myself in this blame as well, just to let you know. 'Cause that's how I started this. But you've been trying to strangle me more than once and tried to eat
Don't,
me at least once.
don't
That's
feel like I ever tried to strangle you, but fair point.
So, Sinevi, what you notice as this conversation going on is Onyx is actually kind of standing in the corner, hiding behind like one of the support beams in the tavern, and she's just kind of listening in on the conversation and standing there with arms folded and kind of just like a smirk.
Hmm.
can we all at least agree to do better for each other, not steal from each other, let each other know our plans, work together, stop making strange death threats and death comments. That's not good for the mental health.
I promise I will try. That's
That's
the
not
best
enough.
I can promise.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Well, you can't
Uh,
say you're going to do and completely break a habit, but I can promise I will try to be better.
Drug addiction is a habit,
It's true.
right?
not to
And
not
it's
to cut
bad.
in,
But
my
drug addiction
dear
is bad.
friends.
You'd want to get out of it. This is like an addiction at this point, if it's so good for you or bad for
But
you.
see, it, again, if I change shapes, I don't always have full control of my faculty. Therefore, I can't guarantee that right?
At least try. It's not. I don't think it's good an idea to give yourself excuses. I think you should get rid of these excuses and use these as challenges.
Not to cut in, my dear fellows, but I don't believe this conversation is private anymore.
No, no.
Oh,
Why? Who's
I
watching?
will point towards Onyx, listening in.
And she doesn't move from her spot, she just keeps staring at all of you with arms folded.
I look back to the party and say, "Can I shoot a fireball at the pillar? Just a little bit to scare them out of the shadows, but not enough to burn the place down."
do you mean fireball or firebolt? Because
No,
those are.
fireball. Sorry, because my fireball I can't cast it anymore because my spell book is gone. But fireball.
I don't think you should cast fireball in a
No,
closed
no.
space.
I can't cast fireball because my spell book is gone. So
Oh,
fireball.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
Yeah.
misheard.
Please don't.
Yes. It's
Let
just a little, you know.
Again, she's currently our ally, so perhaps, and representing a powerful guild in town, so perhaps not our best idea.
Oh, she's the one.
Yes, yes. This
Yes.
is Onyx. She's giving us an opportunity to sort out some of her, I guess, basement monsters.
Oh, well, see, transparency. And now I didn't do something chaotic because you told me. I didn't know that, but you told me just now. See how this works?
Sounds
And
great.
Onyx walks over at this point and just says, "Well, after what I've just heard, I'm a little terrified that I'm giving you all this job, quite frankly. But a promise is a promise. Um, and I talked to the guildmaster and was able to get you 100 gold per person. Is that acceptable?"
I could use all the gold I could get, considering I just
I mean,
wasted all mine for no reason. I'm still grumpy about this, so I'll be going on about this for a while.
in I'll be honest, I'm not really too concerned about gold.
Not as a
Speak
rule,
for
but
speak for
yeah,
yourself.
that sounds reasonable.
Okay. If you're in it for moral reasons, I mean, you'll be saving lives, so there is that. Gold is always more my speed, though, so I always offer that first.
Pardon me to chime in, but what are we doing exactly?
Well, um, underneath our sector of the city, um, I, I represent the Moon Shroud. Um, there's guttural growls and um, monster like noises coming from our sewer system, and it's disrupted trade and smuggling underneath the city because, well, no one wants to travel through the sewers for a mission when um, they could get eaten. So we've hired you to deal with it.
And in return, we get paid.
Of course.
Um, I look to the other parties, but what about the other thing?
We're looking
With
into some leads. There was talk last um, night, let's say, of perhaps splitting up a little to deal with this and deal with looking up leads for the Archmage's location.
and the Moon Shroud was also going to assist us in some of our endeavors.
Oh wait. DM, we are in the Dynasty like city place, right? The place where like studied at.
Not exactly. You guys are in Plume Rock, which is a port city further south.
Oh,
You're familiar with the city, but you've probably never been here exactly.
so when they say Archmage, they're not talking about the one in the academy, right?
No, we're talking about our friend the Archmage who went missing, who was kidnapped.
Oh, did I miss that?
Um,
Or
I
was it a few? I think I remembered like a few sessions ago or something like that when I was around, right?
I think you were there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the Archmage. When they refer to her, it's the one for the Crestborn Alliance.
Oh, I think that's when we got attacked.
Yeah, at the school.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey,
Well,
So,
is it a good idea to split the party? I think if we've all do it at the same time, as in we go finish this one thing and then the other, we could probably have a quicker time with things.
That's true. Do you think y'all can be sneaky with me? This is a thieves guild situation.
I just learned this wonderful spell. It's called Pass Without a Trace.
Perfect,
That that
perfect.
that'll work. All right. And with that vote of confidence, let's follow Onyx.
okay. And Onyx leads you out of the tavern um, into a new sector of the city where there's two guards guarding the entrance. And now that you're getting a better view of it in the daylight, each section of the city is kind of walled off to where there are definitely. It's you're not sure which thieves guild controls which part of the city, but you can at least kind of tell which sections you can be in and which you probably should stay away from. So the two guards definitely recognize Onyx and give a nod as you enter through, but they're eyeing the rest of you a little bit more strongly. And they're armored, but it's not as uniform as what you were seeing in the Crestborn Alliance. They're wearing a variety of like blues and purples, but they also have the tattoos that match up with the ones Onyx has, but definitely a lot less. So you get the sense the more tattoos, the more loyalty and more rank you have within the Thieves Guild. But she leads you through, and a lot of the buildings also keep that dark blue and purple theme, definitely cooler tones. And you see a lot of like moon and like star related symbols on the buildings. And you see a couple different buildings. You see they actually have their own tavern in this part of the city, known as the Firefly Tavern. But there's also what looks like to be a guild hall. And you also see a couple stores, including a magical item store. And it's just labeled as the Astronomer, but nothing more than that. And eventually, actually in front of the stores, Onyx leads you to a sewer grate and says, "Well, do you need anything before you enter?"
Do you want a spell book or some scrolls before we enter the sewer?
Is that towards me?
Yes.
Yes, I could use some more spells, but I don't have the money for it.
I will give you, well, I don't have enough to get you too many spells because I have 170 gold, but I will contribute my gold to your book fund.
Okay, well, let me see through what I have so far. I can shoot a chromatic orb. That's one thing. A shield for myself. I got my nifty rope trick and a new spell. It's like a psionic blast. So I have a total of 4 spells. What would be useful? We're tracking down a beast, right? Gnarls, snarls, dashes of teeth.
I think you should coordinate with
What's
Mel.
something?
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, Mel, let me look at your spellbook real quick.
Sure. And she passes it over. And
Um,
you get the sense that she's not metagaming, but a little higher level than you guys.
oh, damn, the
Buffer.
silent. Anyway, what spells does she have? I'm guessing a bunch of healing.
She's
Actually,
divination.
she's a divination, wizard, so you see like Ray of Frost, and Firebolt, so your standard cantrips. Then you see, of course, like Mage Armor, Invisibility. She has Haste underlined and starred.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you get the sense she uses
We've
that one a
used
lot.
that one a few times.
What about healing?
She doesn't.
I've got healing word myself,
But
and
a druid
and a
doesn't know their
healing
magic
spirit.
same way that a wizard would.
Yeah, my spells are slightly different than yours. I also, yeah, like I said, I have some very cool ones, but because I have a charm person, but it's a different version than you know.
I could,
You
I
know.
could, I could copy Mel's. I could copy some of Mel's spells. Mel's spells.
You also see
tech-
Vampiric Touch, so that's the only thing in terms of like
Mel,
healing, but
Mel,
it's actually necromancy.
Mel, why do you have this? Why do you have this in your spell book?
I mean, I need something to get health back if something goes wrong.
You're a divination wizard. Why you don't need this? This is poison.
I was raised in
Lucas,
a
don't enforce your
dynasty.
beliefs on us.
And
Okay, fine. At least it's not.
it's
Something to
being
do with
taken
the
from a bad guy.
doesn't make it. Okay, you know what? No, it's your spells. It doesn't have to do anything with ghosts. I'll hold myself back. Let me see
Lucas,
here.
let me just point out, you do know certain necromancer spells are specifically made to prevent the creation of undead.
Like I
what do
have
you
gentle
mean?
repose, which is technically
My point exactly.
which is technically a necromancy spell, but it actually saves you from dying.
What I mean with I'm not fine with necromancy is the ones that involve taking the already dead spirits and then using them. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
but like
Because
I said,
that's akin to slavery, whether it's body or spirit.
In which case, whatever that spell
so
does is perfectly
wouldn't you
fine.
be against charm person and like find familiars as well because isn't that akin to slavery?
I think find familiars is more of a consensual thing. As far as charm person goes, I'm not. I know I'm a gnome, but I'm not in particular like of most illusions. Not all of them, just some. Or is that evocation? I always get these
I think
mixed up.
that's considered an evocation.
Evocation, then. I dabbled in some evocations, never charm.
It's technically called an enchantment, but I'm like, wouldn't that be considered closer to slavery? You're charming them and they're going to do what you tell them to, just like command
Probably,
words.
probably, but I don't really use it. At least it doesn't. I mean, if you hit them, they just get snap out of it. So you can't like force them to do ridiculous things like murder their own friend.
Well, they get an extra saving throw if you ask them to do something against their character. But yeah,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't know that.
He's intimately familiar with necromancy because of the backstory he just told us, not with
yeah.
every. Yeah.
Some of the spells, yeah.
Oh, I think I missed the backstory. I'll need to be filled in later.
I can
Later.
tell you later also.
Yeah, later.
So
Um,
Onyx just
For
says,
right now.
if you need magical gear, the astronomer would be the place.
Okay. Anybody need anything specific? Like, is there toxic gas down here that we're gonna need, like a protect from poison or something?
I I could we could go spell shopping. See what would be useful for us, and I'll put that into my spell book and use it accordingly.
Um, this might also be like a decent place to if you have armor or want like gauntlets. I don't know exactly what this place has, but magic items usually is in the form of helmets and wands and staves. Speaking of wands, uh, way back when I stole uh, a potion and a wand from the academy as it was burning down. In case you have noticed that the
Borrowed?
uh,
Borrowed?
no, in the interest of more transparency, I stole it. Uh,
The first step is admitting you have a problem.
It is.
I didn't say
I
my
don't have a
problem.
problem. It's everybody else that has the problem.
Yeah, everybody else keeps taking my things and thinking it's theirs. Um,
It's not my things yet, but when I do have it, it is
Then
mine.
they're my things. Yeah.
and they're my things, yeah. But in any case, I never identified what either of these things are.
Would you like to
And I
identify them?
if it's
That's
possible,
one
let's
thing. We could get an identify spell, and I could just use it all the time if I
I think
if
Mel has
it's
it,
good.
or it's a ritual that Sanivi could get.
Oh,
Like I don't.
I would love it
We're
as a
literally
ritual.
in.
If we could do a ritual, do it and get it as a ritual, that would be great.
Mel, do you have something that can identify?
I do, actually.
Oh, give it here. Let me copy it into my book.
Here you go. And she's just
Thank
like
you.
holding the
Thank
book.
you. This would take 2 hours, and oh, what level is it actually?
I think identify.
It's a first level.
It's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this would take 2 hours and 50 gold. I do have the 50 gold, but the 2 hours will be spent as him studying it. This will take only a few hours, so just give me some time.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to
maybe
be
do.
2 hours straight. You know, you could start while we're still shopping and see where you get.
Oh well, I am doing it right now actually. Don't worry, I can multitask.
Appreciate it. All right, so yes, what did I steal
Yeah,
from
so
the old alma mater?
um you got the wand. You're gonna hate me so much, but it's a wand of smiles. And
It could be useful. It
you
could be
never
useful. This is
know.
yeah.
Then let me
You,
double check the poem. Potion.
Sanimi doesn't smile much.
I don't know that.
Well,
The
we can when we use it on you.
the potion is
I am
useful.
smiling.
It's a potion of fire breathing.
Nice.
So Mel, when you cast this, do you do this gesture or do you do this gesture?
And she like begins to like explain her process and everything. But do you guys go to the astronomer or do you go more into the sewer?
I think we're gonna go to the astronomer first.
Astronomer.
Where
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give Glucose some more time.
Awesome. So you walk in and it's a actually I have a description here.
Mel,
So
what does this part here mean?
she's just like, that's just a note for myself. I cast that spell a lot. Pointing to
No.
the haste one.
Could I copy that note as well?
Um, I mean, I suppose so.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll change it so nobody could tell. And then like it would be written the exact same thing, but only just a few words are changed.
Nice. So, you walk inside and you see that it's actually enchanted to look like a moonlit sky on the inside. So it's a little darker except for the ceilings, and on the upper portion of the store there seems to be like a loft area where there's an observation deck with a telescope, and there's a man behind the counter and you see like a variety of items around. He has dark wrinkly skin, seems to be an older human male with a long white beard. And he also, like Onyx, has several rings of tattoos around his arms. And some of them seem to sparkle a little bit. And he just goes, "Oh, I haven't seen your faces around here."
Onyx suggested we might find some useful items for trekking to the sewers here.
"Oh, you're dealing with that problem. Oh, that's just wonderful. Welcome to my store. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?"
Mel, this part here, this circle, is this a pearl?
Uh, she's like, "I think so."
Well,
This is the
guys,
most
we
Mel
need a
has ever
pearl if
spoken.
we're gonna use. We need to get a pearl if we want to use this spell. That's for sure.
And she's just like, "I already have one."
Oh, can I have it?
Maybe you need one of your own. Sir, do you have any pearls in stock?
Oh, of course. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. That's um.
You're not the shopkeeper, Mel.
She's like, "I'm
Might be.
confused." So, he's just like, yes, that's a very common spellcasting item, so we do have that in stock.
Is it expensive?
Um, here, let me look.
Mel, this is the right price, right? This here you put in your book.
And, she just says, "Yep."
Yes, we need an expensive pearl. It's about 1,000 No, wait, that's an extra zero. Let me just get rid of that. 100.
And he just says, I do have that in stock.
Well, now's the second problem. I don't have any money.
I told you I'd buy stuff for you, so I'll buy the pearl for you. I buy you
Well,
the pearl.
it wouldn't be for me exactly. It would be for
Well,
everyone.
it's
But
for
yes,
the party, so
yeah.
You know, I kind
I
of feel
buy
like
you the pearl.
if we just go around buying stuff for him now, that won't help him learn his lesson.
Well,
That
I
is
kind of feel a little guilty for letting him burn so crispity crunchity.
sugar mommy.
Oh my god. So, and he's just like, is there anything else you would be interested in?
I have something you might be interested in. And I take out the wand of smiles and say, "This is the first wand I ever had, and I'd be willing to sell it to you."
Technically, the second if you count the one between your legs.
Oh my
That's so-
god.
Oh,
That has canon been confirmed as Tom's other sword. So yeah, I present the wand of smiles, and
Or like Dagger.
I'm it's a short sword, all right.
The astronomer immediately casts Identify and just like glares back at you.
I didn't like cast it at him. I just showed it to him. I didn't. Does he hate it? Is that
if
why?
you cast it on him, he will
I
smile.
didn't cast it on him. I just took it out.
No,
I flourished
if you
it.
did,
He
if you
just
did
says,
cast it on him, he would be more enthusiastic.
I don't want to force him to smile. This seems so jokery.
I'll give you
Joker toxins.
15 gold for it.
15.
We could have used it on
Best
the
I'll do.
beast. What if it's like a giant dog, like something akin to a dog? Dogs could smile, right?
I mean, just because they smile, I don't.
I mean, it would be
don't
less
see myself-
terrifying.
I don't see
actually,
myself.
when dogs smile, usually that's not a good thing.
Whoa, dogs can be sadistic?
Yes, very.
Holy shit. I guess we're not too far from animals.
Uh-huh.
Do you have anything in the way of like arcane focus, like very beefy and very expensive? Not that I can afford it. I just want to know.
I do have a variety of, I have a couple staffs for sale. And he kind of looks towards Ryland and Sunivi and is just like, they'd probably be more up your alley. And then he also says, I also have spell books here, and just your standard arcane focus if anyone's interested.
What kind of stuffs?
Well, and he shows off the staff that seems to be like decorated with a variety of it seems to be a little bit of like snake skin as a handle, and then the rest of it is like carved with like depictions of like trees and flowers, and it's very beautiful. But
As a player, I have an inkling of what this might be, and I'm very interested.
and he just says, this makes someone a better healer. It can do a lot of healing spells for you.
I see.
How much?
We could do Let me double check this one because I think it's a wondrous. Okay, so he just says, I could part with it for, let's say 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm just gonna take my wand and stand by the exit.
Somehow I ended up with javelin. Want to buy some?
Are they just normal javelins?
It looks like it. I don't know how I got 4 javelins, and I'm like, how did I get 4 javelins? Anybody
It would
want
be like
javelins?
barbarian starting equipment would probably include
Yeah.
5 javelins.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh! I have something magical for you, and I'm gonna reach into my pack to pull out the glowing mushroom.
Oh, glowing mushrooms I've got.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
This poor guy.
I use chronal shift
Nice.
on myself to take the 19.
Okay. He looks at it and just says, I'll give you 5 silver for it. Why not? You seem nice.
But it's magical though. 5 silver. It's not magical currency.
Speaking of magic mushroom, I got a mushroom for you.
And he's just like,
Amazing.
I don't normally deal with, of course I do buy magic items, but, again, magic items.
Oh, well, do you know anybody who might want to buy some potion ingredients?
Is this about my mushroom?
No, this is about my mushroom.
Oh, I have better stuff than you.
There might be a herbalist you
I'm-
can visit in the temple.
Hey, I'm the one who has a bunch of spores that hang around me all the time.
I have them on my beard, and it fucked up Sunivi.
Yeah, those kind of mushrooms.
Dude.
We should compare later on.
Yeah, we should see which ones are more. Anyway, we might make a hobby. We'd be able to crossbreed them, get a really good one. I mean, we'll do that after we get out of the sewers. We good?
Also, I'm taking the 7 silver.
Solid. Nice.
Now give him the magic mushroom. Can I use an? No, I'll just give him the magic mushroom.
So, what's this worth? Now I'll put the pearl of power on the table.
And at this point he goes, oh my goodness, now that's something.
Why doesn't Mel or Glucose have the power? No, it's a wisdom thing, isn't it?
Because it's mine.
And he says,
okay.
I don't remember where I got this.
Wait,
I
what
thought
is
Pearl
this?
of Power was Is Pearl of Power wisdom or intelligence?
it's
nothing, it just...
Buddy, it just gives you an extra spell slot.
Oh.
I could use that, whatever that is.
No. Fine.
It's
Gonna say several of your party members kind of drool and go, "Don't sell that, don't sell that."
And the astronomer's like, I could take it off your hands. I'd fetch you a pretty price too. I'd say about 500 gold.
Sinivi, think about this.
500.
Think about this, Sinivi. And I'm gonna like make a echo. Think about it.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get this stuff. So.
And he just says, tell you what, you all seem like nice people. I'll throw in a little bit of a discount once you deal with the monster in the sewers. Because it's quite frankly affecting my business as well.
I'm sure it's affecting your supplies. So, yeah.
Wait, push me.
So, can I have the pearl?
No.
Come on, man. We're supposed to be more transparent and help each other out. My book is gone.
And
Hey, dude, I just bought you a pearl.
the astronomer is just
Yeah,
like, "Do you need a spell
that
book?"
pearl's better. No, I have a spell book. I can make my own.
And he seems
Like,
What
disappointed.
do I look like? A sorcerer?
Savage. All
I
right.
get out of character. I legit don't remember where I got this thing.
It was from the pirates. They gave it to you. Before
Oh,
dealing with the ghost ship,
right.
because they
And
had it,
before
but
we then stole their
didn't
ship.
really have any use for it.
Oh well, that's mine.
I could use that if you're not using it.
But I am going to use it.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's completely fine, actually, as long as someone's using it.
But don't worry, I will be using it. Just not in the way you expect.
You're not putting it in your butt, are you?
No. Hey,
Okay, good.
don't enforce your fetishes on me.
I'm not enforcing it. It just feels like something you would do.
No, it doesn't.
We don't know that, but it could. It could be.
Man.
I
So,
regret saving you so much sometimes.
poor Glucose. So, are you guys heading out of the astronomer?
Yeah.
Do we need any other spell that we could use? It is a beastly beast.
You know, I have
Do
I
Do
have
you
been.
know anything about the Beastie Beast in the sewer?
There's probably a spell for that.
Well, I do know there were reports of individuals saying that they had several eyes.
Okay, so we need something that could blind it.
Several eyes. Okay.
Several eyes means several weak points.
Unless it's a beholder, and then it's just a lot of eyes and a big old mouth.
How many legs does it have?
The shopkeeper just says, "That's all I can tell you. I'm sorry."
It's probably just a spider.
I don't like spiders. We need a fireball.
It'll be fine.
Okay, well,
Spider's actually quite delicious. Very crunchy.
ew.
You're
Dude,
saying ooh when he eats a spider, but it's okay that he eats human.
I never said it was okay. I was pretty shocked when I heard you had a human body. I mean, I was
Let's
shocked.
Hey, don't
let's not
judge.
have more Moonshroud people hear about our uh
Hear
selves.
about what?
Don't judge.
Just
Yeah, we're going back to the sewer grate. So let's head back to the sewer grate before we do more. Really, like talk about the party when we shouldn't talk about the party in front of people who don't need to hear family business.
What is wrong with eating human bodies? Otherwise, they just go to waste.
The
It,
astronomer is just like, "Don't you have a monster to go deal with?"
yep, that's it.
yep.
We got monster.
Stay
Yeah,
focused, guys.
yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So, you head back to the sewer grate, and Onyx at this point is like sitting next to it, like reading a book, like just slightly hovering above the air.
That's a neat trick. Looks very
Le-
comfortable.
What are you reading?
levitation, actually a very cheap trick.
What are you reading?
Nothing.
Oh, I was gonna say I have this very very good book that I picked up back in the library, so you two might be interested.
I have
He
two.
wanted to know if he wanted to know if you wanted to start a book club.
I think it's called Farm on the Shadow. Apparently, it's very good.
I also have something called Gabo Trabo and X, which is a unpublished sequel to the first one, which is Z.
You see a faint hint of recognition towards both of those titles, and then she very quickly, like, turns her face back into a frown. Like,
What? Oh, look! So great! Monster!
I just
The
stuck
thing
around
is,
to make sure you guys didn't back out. But I'll be up here with your gold once you finish. Don't die.
yep.
Sounds good.
Tom, do you still have that? What was it called? Dark Desire or whoever?
Uh,
What's his name?
yeah,
I don't remember.
this
Do you
is a
still
who,
have?
not a what?
You still have that book?
Which
Oh, the
book?
the Secrets of Lycidas or something.
Wasn't that
dirty
given
book.
to me? Wasn't
Yeah, I
that
think.
given
I
to
think.
me?
Mhm.
Oh, I have it over
Yeah.
here, actually.
Oh, that was strange. Apparently, I just got disconnected.
The dollar store cover with a Fabio-esque demon and the beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't this a really heavy Finnish book?
Yep, I think that was.
You think this is priceless? That person gave me a look when I mentioned these books.
That's
Well,
what's going on.
we'll sell it to her after. Maybe she wants it as like a first
Maybe,
edition or something.
That's what I
maybe
was
she
thinking.
was. You know, maybe she was the inspiration for them. Who
Mm,
knows?
Oh, that would be
that would be
hilarious.
saucy. Yeah.
History and Religions.
Oh my
Here it
god.
is. Elicit.
All right. So is
Elizabeth
this gate
something.
locked?
So, she just says, here, I'll at least do this for you. And you see that she gets out a set of thieves' tools and very quickly unlocks it. And it doesn't seem to be too tricky of a lock, but now the grate's open and just a hole descending into darkness with a very sketchy ladder leading below.
Well, I'm still like sketching in my book, and I would ask Mel. Mel, what pronunciation do you use for this one? This one right here.
And Mel just says,
What is going on?
yeah, just like,
Like I can hear hell.
I I think she's just trying to be as helpful as possible, but just for time's sake, we'll
I'm-
keep going.
I'm just doing this because in the wizard, like preparing or copying spells, it says you need to learn how to actually do these. So, just passing time.
So
Do we all have dark vision, or does anybody need
Oh.
dark vision?
I
Mm,
I think we all do.
I don't, but
Well, humans possibly would not. But either way, I
Uh,
have control
I
flames.
thought I thought I did because I was an Outlander human, so I had it as a because I'm weird.
Outlanders can see in the dark.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Okay, well it's one of my new spells. To dark vision was one of the new spells that I could learn. If we're
Oh.
are we going to use the controlled flames?
I have
mean,
I have
I-
fire. I kind of assumed I would be leading this particular.
Are your wings going to be a problem? The
Well, I'm going to avoid that flimsy-looking ladder by using my wings.
And Mel just says, I have dark vision, I can help out too.
oh, good. Okay.
I also have dark vision, but I'm
on.
small.
I'm
I
gonna
was
take a
going to say
look.
that I can cast dark vision on myself.
You could tie me on the end of a stick and then like use me as like a detector of sorts.
I don't
thought
think
because
offering to
the-
tie you up and use you is the best course of action right now.
Yeah, we just talked about this. We had a whole conversation about how we're
I
not
thought we-
going to do that.
No, no,
yeah,
this
I
is
thought we just had a
consensual.
whole conversation about us not
No, no,
bullying each other.
this is consensual.
Okay, so he consensually wants to be tied up. Got
That-
it.
you don't have to tie my arms. You could just like tie a rope around my waist and then put me at the end of a stick and then just like stick me out and then I'll look.
As long as you have a safe
Or-
word.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out Tox because my familiar has 10 feet of blind sight. We're just gonna walk side by side. If we have a stick, instead of tying glucose to it, I'll just, press to digitate, control flame, a magic
Okay.
torch that
Okay.
won't burn down.
So you can all see pretty well with the combination of that.
Imagine you tie glucose on a torch and he just describes what he sees. Floor, wall,
No.
wall, floor.
Every now and then, Sunil's just going to like pick up a random.
But yeah, I am
rock.
flying down or up the ladder to whatever direction it's supposed to go
Okay.
instead of stepping on it.
So, going into the sewers, as you would expect, it smells horrible down here. So, it also has a scent of like decay and rot. It's definitely not pleasant. But you can also see the brackish, dark brown and green liquid flowing through the system. And go ahead and just going down this ladder. It's not a high DC. Can I just get an athletics check from everyone?
Just to let you know, I would be holding on to someone for this because the steps between the ladders, I think that's like around my height, right?
I have
Yeah.
a +6 and I got a 9. Oh my god.
Who are you holding on to?
Tom.
I would just bring him down casually. He is a small race.
Yeah.
I am medium. Shouldn't be.
Tom has wings, so Tom is fine, and that means Glucose is fine. Derek and Ryland, however, you kind of fall in a heap at the bottom of the ladder and just hear like a cling of Derek's armor. Luckily, it's not super high. But
What are you two doing?
let's see, that would be it.
Are you okay, Derek?
Yep.
What about
Yep.
you, Ryan?
Not as bad as the first one I fell down.
You
Really
each just
stop doing
What's
take
that.
4
that was the
falling.
first day, right?
Yes, that was literally like the first thing I did is I fell down the ladder.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember.
Short people
You really
problems.
doing that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every time I try to like climb the stairs, I just fall.
I seem to remember ending up at the bottom of the stairs, like in a heap before too.
Yep.
This seems to be a pattern.
I was gonna say this is a pattern, isn't it?
Did Mel
At
come
least
down?
there's not as much blood this time.
Mel
Yeah,
just
Mel
kind
probably
of
floated
floats
gracefully.
down.
Yeah, that tracks. All right. So I'm walking slowly. I'm trying to look around at everything.
She like Mary Poppins her way down.
Exactly.
That tracks.
Every now and then, Sunil's just going to like pick up a small pebble or whatever and
We're
cast
descending.
light.
Are you gonna throw a pebble at us? Please don't throw a pebble at us.
Oh, but I didn't get to finish. Pick up a small pebble, cast light on it, and toss it ahead
Occurs
of
to
us
me,
or
we
off
should
to,
have asked somebody for a map.
or off to the sides, just to actually.
Anyway, onward.
Didn't ask the
Solid.
guy for a map. Ah,
All right.
that is silly of us.
If I can just get a perception check from whoever wants to lead.
I
Not
had
me.
Lucas. Who's in the lead?
I'm holding the torch. I'm front and center
Okay.
with my
Front and
my
center.
familiar. Yes.
Awesome. So you'll get advantage on the perception check.
take it.
Nice. On an 18, you can see everything. But eventually, after about, I would say 3 or 4 minutes or so of traveling, and just getting used to the smell, you eventually pick up like the smell of like something's died recently, and you track it, and you see that there's a human body who seems to be halfway submerged in the sewer water.
Oh.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Oh,
Get out.
how
Get
how
out there.
high is the sewer water?
So you guys are walking kind of like along the side, so you're not walking through it. It's almost like a
Oh.
river, almost going down the center.
A
So-
river of shit.
Exactly, a river of shit.
That tracks.
Get,
Um,
get the body out of there.
I do want to like investigate the body, bring it up,
Okay.
maybe identify it. I don't know.
Would it be an an investigation or a medicine check or?
Probably medicine for this.
All right, so I'll put the body onto the dry part of the sewer that we're walking through.
Ooh.
Nice. So Ryland, you immediately start just going into like healer and medicine mode, just trying to figure out what happened. Definitely dead. That's the first thing.
Well,
But
definitely dead. That leg missing, probably a good indication, you know.
but actually, there's no like source of like outward trauma or anything. So there's like no blood. Actually, the body's entirely frozen, like ice, and you can see the markings of the moon shroud. So the tattoos are very similar to what you've seen before.
Out of curiosity,
Is it frozen like paralyzed, or is it frozen like was out in the cold?
Like he was out in the cold. It's definitely like a icy texture on the skin. What were you saying, Sunevi?
yeah, those tattoos, I would like to to the best of my ability try. Oh dear, cut off a small piece of tattooed. Victor.
Oh,
We'll see
gotcha.
that he gets a. We'll see that he gets a proper burial on the way out.
That's not what I'm worried about.
So, would you guys continue on after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah.
Something froze him, so just
Sweet.
keeping that in mind.
So,
Looks like he was flash frozen, which is not typical in this area.
traveling further, you see a similar situation where this time it's the body of a halfling woman with also tattoos of the moon shroud. This time, though, not frozen. It almost looks like she got struck by lightning because her hair is very frayed and there's a lot of like ash and soot. And it almost like carting the body out of the sewer almost like hurts to the touch, just like that stinge of electricity.
Oh gosh,
like-
we're dealing with a gem dragon.
I would like
Or
to add
something
a
elemental.
would like to add a small section of purchasing to my collection.
I still go. I'm still voting on Beholder. Lots of eyes.
Oh, right.
I'm voting on Beholder. Has anybody fought a Beholder, and does anybody know about Beholders?
DM, do I know as a student of the academic arts?
You can roll a history check.
All right, with advantage,
Would
right?
it be? Would this
Um,
be a history or would it be
Dirty
an
20.
animal?
it's not. If you're asking about beholders, it's not really an animal. It's more of like a
Okay.
alien, um, weird
Okay.
presence.
Okay, so it's not a nature check. I can't finesse a nature check out of. Okay.
So
But
Oh,
dirty
you got a 20.
20.
So I'll trust your 20 because I don't think I'm gonna. I'd have to get a nat 20.
on a history
See,
check,
I as a person know it's probably a beholder. Ryland as my character probably wouldn't know it's a beholder.
You want to put money into it?
It could
50
it could
bucks?
be anything. I mean, it doesn't have to
It
be,
could
but
be
yeah.
signs point to multiple elemental
something with multiple elements
and multiple eyes. Oh, maybe
and multiple eyes.
if we close an eye, we it loses that elemental affinity.
See,
Who wants to
me
make a
as a
bet on it?
character, me as a character doesn't know something that multiple element and multiple eyes.
All right, hold
Me
on
as a
one
me as
second.
out of character
So
does.
with the history check of a 20, you do remember some information about the beholder. You've never fought one yourself or anything, but you do know that they're like the strange entity that usually is attracted to like treasure.
Are they? Do I know anything about affinity for magic? Like, does this one? Do our beholders? Is there like any document on beholders using ice magic or cold magic?
Um, that you're not exactly sure about, but you get the sense that being such like a strange presence that it wouldn't be out of the question for one to use it.
Well, I've never fought or seen a beholder, but I do have an idea with. I do have an idea how it looks, right?
Yeah, from maybe like a drawing in a textbook.
I do have an idea of how it looks, and given its very, very alien presence, it's the fact that this could be one is a possibility. It's a rarity, but it's a possibility. It's a rare possibility.
Okay. Do you know if they can be reasoned with or um
They're
what
like
they're like if they're allergic to anything other
from
than pink eye?
from what I learned, they're like shitty dragons. They really like their loot.
It's pretty accurate. Oh my god.
You'd think that a beholder wouldn't want to hang out with her because they get a terrible case of pink eye.
Oh
So,
God, that is true. Yeah, it's a good question. Well, maybe we could bribe it if it likes treasure. But I
I
something
don't
that
have much treasure to
I've seen
barter with.
I've seen the images. The images are terrifying.
So, do you continue on down the path?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So through a series of twists and turns, it's interesting because like you don't see any more bodies like submerged in the sewers itself, but you do come to what looks like a camp, and it's pretty tight knit because it's off to one of the sides around one of the bends when the path kind of curves. But you see a tent, a fire that seems to be long put out, and you see, well, actually, go ahead and give me anyone who wants to an investigation check for this.
Oh, me. Fuck.
Solid.
My +8.
Nice. And then I wanted to see if Derek or Sinevi roll, but if not, I'll probably go with Tom's roll.
Sure, why not? I'll go with it.
18s
Nope,
all
doesn't
day.
matter.
Oh no.
Are you still thinking about wanting to eat one of the bodies? Is that why you were distracted?
Probably.
So
I
Tom
just wish
and Derek.
my charisma rolls were this good.
That's amazing. Tom and Derek, you actually kind of work together on this. But we'll say that between the both of you, you actually glean quite a bit. So you see actually a set of construction tools and a powder keg. And there seems to be evidence of a battle of some sort that happened here. And you see 2 more dead bodies, but they're not dressed like you saw the moon shroud. The one figure is a tiefling who seems to be wearing dark red armor. And you also see like an emblem of a horned devil on their cloaks. And the other figure is wearing dark gray armor, with a cloak displaying a crown skull as kind of an emblem. But you also see, kind of off to the side, there's a summoning circle that seems to have been already used because it's no longer glowing.
I would like to do an Arcana check
Okay,
to see if we can confirm what was summoned.
go for it.
Anybody wanna?
I'll give him the. I was gonna say I can give him help if he needs it.
18s all day.
Nice. So, we'll say on the 18, you're not exactly sure what it would have summoned, but granted that it also seems to be some sort of elemental damage on the figures, and the fact that the one figure seems to be like maybe he could have been a magic user, the tiefling, because he has a arcane focus and a spell book that fell nearby next to the body.
A spell book?
Hey, look, glucose, a spell book.
I'm gonna skirt
mean-
over to get it.
I kind of
No,
feel
no,
like
no,
there's a little
look.
hypocrisy here if you're going for a dead guy spellbook.
He's
You
dead.
specifically said you don't need a spell book, so
Well, when I
how do you
No,
need this?
I'll
We're
take
dying.
the spell book. I'm taking the
no,
spell
you
book and I'm
specifically said
copying
to
what
the-
I want to copy in it into mine.
You specifically said
First
to the
dibs.
clerk you don't need any spell books, so you don't
First-
need this.
First, Debs,
Phew.
I will use the
Phew.
spells inside it. Then you can have the book. Then we can both
No,
have
you
books.
just didn't want it.
I don't want the book. I want the respect for my tiefling brethren here.
What are you, glucose, a sorcerer?
Okay, well, I'll just take a look at the spells and then we'll give it back.
Out of curiosity,
gonna-
are you
I don't
picking
care.
up this spellbook?
I'm taking it.
Nice. So as you pick it up, you hear a voice, all of you, that says, "What the fuck are you doing?"
It speaks. The book speaks.
Get your filthy hands off my leather binding.
No, excuse me. Hold on, I have some gloves over here. Just give me a moment to look. DM, do I have gloves?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna put on some cowskin gloves.
Okay, solid.
Is this better?
A little bit. But who are you? Why is my last owner dead?
Well,
Well, it wasn't us,
wasn't
for
us.
starters.
For starters. And I'm glucose.
Do you know what the last spell you cast was? Because that might tell us who killed your last owner.
I don't think it was anything done by me.
Well,
My
what
last
was your
spell was
owner's
shield.
name?
Maybe like 3 spells before that. But anyway, because shield didn't work.
Obviously. And the spell book just says, "Well, it's nice to meet you. My name's Carl."
Carl, it's nice to meet you too. Uh, what is your specialization, Carl?
Well, my last owner liked to do a little bit of necromancy, so that's my school.
Excuse me? Excuse me. What? Can I open the book to see the spells?
Oh yeah, it's a necromancer spell book. It's like Grim Harvest, Vampiric Touch.
Oh man, wait, hold on. What are they exactly? Grim
So,
Harvest.
um,
Because it's the one I'm not good with is what's it called? Involving
He's dead,
what's it
or
called?
animate dead.
Yeah, yeah, stuff like that. Just anything that's like slavery esque.
there would be a tiny bit of that stuff in there.
I think wizards get spirit shroud now. I don't know if that counts.
Is there a list of these spells that I can look at?
I can send it to you, but
Okay, well, I'm going to see what these are exactly later after we finish this one.
Are you gonna burn Carl?
No, 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 he's sentient. I can't do that.
and Carl just says,
I mean,
oh, thank you."
you seem perfectly happy to murder the
Carl,
other
do you know of any other
necromancer.
sentient items around that that might want saving?
No, but I do appreciate the fact that you're saving me.
Carl, would you prefer to be hanging on the front of my belt or behind me?
Both of those sound awful.
Do you want to be on my chest? You might get hit.
Uh, well, I can kind of float, so I can just follow you.
Okay, that makes things so much easier, actually. You're not going. Can you cast your own spells?
No.
Okay, fine. Well, just stay by me in case I do need to cast them from you.
My last owner just said I have a really strong personality. I think I'm
No,
pretty charming.
How can you
you
speak?
definitely are. This is the first time I've seen a talking book. I'm not tripping, right, guys?
No, we all
Not
hear it.
this time. If you're tripping, we're all tripping on sewer gas. So
How can you speak?
Facts.
I just
I'm
woke up one day and was like, I'm a book named Carl.
Oh, well, this is something I'd like to get into much more intimately later on.
Carl, I have a delicate question. Is is the book leather or is the book skin?
I mean, I could tell you.
Carl doesn't answer.
Can
Okay, I think I know how Carl can talk.
I had a feeling too. That's why I
Just
want to get into it later.
to make absolutely sure. I'm gonna take a nibble out of Carl.
Couldn't you
I,
just
I,
lick him instead? Um,
Oh my
Hey,
just
goodness.
gonna keep.
I'm, I'm gonna
I'm just gonna
pull it.
keep on walking.
And
I'm
Carl was
gonna
like,
pull it aside, keep the book away from Sinivi. Hey,
oh my goodness.
he's under my guardianship now. You stay away.
Why is your
So,
lizard friend nibbling on me?
He's crazy. That's why.
is it very obviously human skin?
It tastes, even though it's like leather, it's oddly similar to Iraxium, yeah.
Yep, that's definitely human.
Don't
Quite
mind
tasty,
him,
actually.
Carl. Well, does the book have a face?
It kind of does.
That is fucked up.
I'm envisioning the Monster Book of Monsters from Harry Potter.
I was actually envisioning the book from the sister from Focus
I
with
was
the one
thinking
eye
of
that moves around.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of the Necronomicon.
But it seems to have the face of like a mustached gentleman.
Oh man. Well, rules. Nobody touched the book. It's under my guardianship.
Since when do you care about rules?
Since today, weren't you paying attention? We talked at the table.
I think I was kind
I,
of,
I,
I think I was kind of zoned out at that point.
I conceded. It's your book.
He conceded. See, we're all working together here.
So, is there, excuse me, anything else you would investigate at the campsite?
Can I
Uh,
tell how long this fire's been out?
Um, yeah, make an investigation check.
Can I make it like a nature or
Yeah, that'll be fine.
okay? I have a little bit better nature check.
I'd also
Okay.
like to ask the book a question.
Yes. So let's do the nature check first. But it seems it's been out for a couple days.
Okay. So not like weeks and weeks, like they've said that this monster's been down here.
Yeah, it says it's been um you get the sense that this was pretty recent.
Okay, compared to the time that the monster's been here.
Well, um I don't think they mentioned how long the monster's been rampant in the sewers.
Oh, okay. I thought they said it's been a while. Okay.
Hmm. Remind me, you said one of the bodies was a tiefling, right?
Onward.
Yes, it was.
Excellent. Are we talking the winged tail or the horn kind?
um doesn't seem to have wings like Tom, but has a pretty long tail.
Excellent. I'm gonna cut a piece of the tail off.
Oh my goodness.
What? I haven't had a tiefling yet.
Um.
That's concerning.
So
Why?
this
Why?
is
It's in the sewer.
Oh, don't be such a
Are we
wuss.
posting somewhere that I can't see or hear? I don't know what.
and it's a couple days old. It might be a little bit. Anyway, this it's a couple days old. Did they ever tell us how long this monster thing has been down here?
Not that I recall.
For some reason, I thought it was weeks, not days.
Could be forever, and they just discovered it just now. If it is a beholder, and it has been hoarding here for a while.
A beholder would have been here. It would have likely been here for a fair while. But if it's something that they summoned and that got away from them, then it could just be from these guys having screwed up their summoning.
Probably, or maybe they're here to desummon.
They could have been here to banish, but usually banishments don't need big circles like this.
Are you sure?
Well, all the banishments I saw didn't need it. I just banished and concentrated.
Oh, there's different ways to banish, but either
True,
way,
true.
at least we know that it is here because he's dead,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so if it was a banishment, it's still here because that thing's empty, and
That thing's empty, and that thing, that whatever it was that came through or was used with that portal was not happy.
Hey,
you can,
Carl,
Definitely.
do you have any banishment spells?
He just says, not at the moment.
Carl,
What do you mean
actually,
at the moment?
I
Do
Carl,
you
mean, you
mean
can
like
always
you
write one down.
did
do
you used to
you
have one that got used?
Hmm. No, my former owner liked to do a little bit more summoning than he liked to do
Did you
banishing.
do a recent summoning spell?
I didn't, but and then you see the like eyes like right above the mustache kind of look down at the tiefling and it says he had a scroll of some kind, but it got all burned up in the process.
That usually happens with scrolls, doesn't it? They're so
uh,
unreliable.
another question? Why were you doing here? What do you remember?
Well, I remember my owner um looking um looking for someone, and they kind of teamed up together. I wasn't really sure who the other person was. Oh, he's dead too. Sorry, she's dead too.
No,
Is that the other person there? And I point to the other body
Um,
beside the tiefling.
Carl just says yes, but it was unusual because I think um the wizard was in a guild, but the other individual was part of a different guild.
Yeah, they don't normally like to work together, do they?
So the fact that they were working together was a little unsettling. But I I trusted him, so I was like, whatever you want to do. Didn't work out too well, whatever it was.
Indeed.
Seems like these were the competition of our employer, and it got out of
Mm-hmm.
hand, and now there's an issue, and we're gonna go take care of it.
Seems like they wanted to put something down here to trade right, if I were guessing.
Hmm.
I
And it
did
seems to be working.
I did hear something about, well, I know the wizard was part of the Fiends of Prestige, and then I think there was something else about Phantom Vanguard.
who
Um,
comes up with these names?
I know, right? I think they
Looks
sound a
at
little
DM.
dumb.
Fiends of Prestige, Phantom Vanguard. I mean,
Cheeks
I've
of
heard worse.
flattery.
At least they're not devils in the sheets.
Well,
Devil in the Sheets.
let's head onwards then. Yes.
Sorry,
Wrong with
Yeah.
devil in
confused.
the sheets.
Do you know? I don't suppose you saw what was summoned.
Oh, it was really big.
How many
What
inches?
kind of big?
Well, it had a lot of eyes. Um,
Uh huh.
had an eye inside of its mouth. It was kind of freaky looking.
That sounds terrifying.
All right, let's go.
Sounds exotic.
We have a pretty confident idea of what we're dealing with.
We? What are we dealing with?
So you guys head on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So I know it's the end of our time here, so I will leave you guys with this. You head further down the hallway and you see actually a bunch of rubble that seems to have fallen from the ceiling that's blocking the next part of your path. But beyond this, you hear just this awful roar and these guttural sounds coming from this bigger chamber inside, and um, you hear more parts of the ceiling and surrounding cavern almost like falling in, like it's trying to scratch at it, and maybe try to find its way out. But we'll leave the session there and pick up next time with you guys facing whatever this monster is.
Hell yeah! Woo.
We're lost in a sewer trying to the unknown.
We've really
Ah,
went down the shitter, haven't we?
Yes.
I've
and,
got a voice.
and oddly enough, this was one of our cleanest episodes ever.
Yeah.
That is true, actually. There was no mention of the assless chaps this time. Until
That's
now.
very true.
That's amazing. Well, I will go ahead and say goodbye to the stream, but thanks for everyone in the chat for hanging out, and we will be back next week facing whatever it is that the monster in this sewer might be. We'll see.
Whatever it may be, Google's multi-eyed creatures.
So,
I mean, doesn't have to be a beholder. It might be a
Doesn't
gazer.
have to be.
It might be an observer.
It could.
but we'll leave you guys to theorize, and we'll say bye. We'll catch you next week, same 5 o'clock EST next Friday. Goodbye, Twitch.
Bye bye.
Ah.